Well, Lorne, I'm sorry I couldn't be there in person tonight. If you all are on schedule, then as you're watching this, I'll be in Washington, D.C., and I'll be on the floor of the U.S. House. I'll probably be 50 feet not from where Thomas Jefferson and Abraham Lincoln and Ronald Reagan all stood at the rostrum and addressed the Congress and the United States. And that also means that I'll be probably no more than 50 feet away from Nancy Pelosi, which goes to prove that there are places that you can stand on this earth where you can see both heaven and hell.
On the behalf of the City of Heath, I would like to personally thank Mayor Lorne Liechty for his 20 years of service and all that he has done for us. We wish you the very best in the future. Thank you again.
My very first impression of Lorne nearly 20 years ago is the same as it is today. He struck me as being quiet and reserved, but very friendly and most importantly, thoughtful. And I think all these years later, what strikes me about that is that it proves that leaders come in different sizes and shapes. And you know, in Lorne's case, he's inspired people in the way that he speaks. People are confident in his leadership, and I think that's been proven over the years in his leadership as the chairman of the park board and on the city council, and of course as our mayor. And I've always been proud to have Lorne as my mayor.
Lorne is a very dedicated and emotional leader. Lorne truly led from his heart, and his faith are what made him a spectacular leader.
He's very confident, yet he's not arrogant. He speaks very eloquently, he's prepared, and he's able to discuss issues with people and get the information that's required in a very calm and sensible fashion.
I believe one of the greatest contributions that Lorne Liechty has made to our church and this community has been his visionary leadership. He has the ability to see what other people miss. He's a big picture person, but has such attention to details. He knows how to get things done.
He was one of those great board members. He engaged almost immediately in what was going on at our board meetings and what was going on with the agency. He got to know other board members. He came and visited with the staff. He looked over the programs. And while he was being engaged, he was there. I think that was the important thing for me, was that he didn't just show up at meetings. He knew what the events were and he knew what we needed.
Hard to measure the legacy of someone over a 20-year period, and I think Lorne's been serving this city for that long. Of course, as chairman of the park board, you think of the Town Center Park, you think of Terry Park, you think of the hike and bike trails. Gosh, there's so much that you can see, but so much that you can't see, things even in the ground. We have water and sewer pipelines that will benefit the citizens of the City of Heath for a long period of time that wouldn't be here but for Lorne's leadership.
Well, starting with Lorne in our park department, our focus was on trails and parks, and that is something that Lorne was passionate about. And his passion continued from council to being mayor, so that we could have some of the best park and trail systems in the county.
Lorne has many significant contributions to our city that include the streets, parks, park trails, and infrastructure improvements. We made it through this recent recession better than most cities within the country. But in order to continue the high quality development we have today, we must be able to provide high quality utilities and standard of life. And I think the things that Lorne has done has made sure that we can continue that long in the future.
One of the most important contributions Lorne made was in fundraising. He and Mary are so generous with their resources and the things they have to offer an agency like Helping Hands. So they offered their condo down at Siesta Key for several years during the Festival of Trees. So many people came to that event just to bid on that condo. It's a world-class condo on one of the best beaches in the world, that I really thought about getting bumper stickers that said "honk" if you've been to Lorne's condo.
As a 3-term elder of Lakeshore, he's helped us navigate transitions from small church to a larger church. As a friend, he's been there on so many accounts. There was a time, just a few years ago, I was in Rockwall Presbyterian Hospital, really in a life and death situation. It was Thanksgiving Day and no one was there, not my family, even the doctors took off that day. They had served me my lunch, and it was, again, just a cafeteria lunch with a little turkey folded out with the backside facing me. And I thought, this may be the most lonely, depressing day of my life. And in walks Lorne Liechty. And that day, he brought me hope.
You know, when you talk about Lorne going forward, he certainly doesn't need any advice from me. He's been incredibly successful, but I think part of his success would be to follow the same plan that he always has. I know Lorne's heart, and he has a servant heart. You know, the national motto is "In God We Trust," and so my encouragement to Lorne would be to always follow that. God has a plan for all of us, and it's the right plan. So I would encourage him to listen to it and to listen to him and to follow it and to follow him, and Lorne will always do well by that.
Lorne is an incredible man. He's got a wonderful family that supports him and loves him, and his faith is what will carry him on into this future to do great and wonderful things wherever he is.
I think that Lorne has done a wonderful job for us in Heath. I know that he's got much more opportunity to contribute here locally within the county and within the state. He truly has been and is an inspiration to me. You don't really get to know all of the other accolades and successes that Lorne's had until you get to know him for many years. And you usually don't hear it from him. You've got to learn it from other people.
I think Lorne is always forward-thinking. He's always thinking about what the Lord has in store for him next, and he has such joy in his heart. And of course, he has Mary going with him. So, Lorne, I think you and Mary are going to be great. I think you're going to be on a migratory route from Siesta Key to Heath, Texas, to Breckenridge, to that place in the Dakotas that I can never remember. But I think that will be your route. And on the way, you'll find ministries galore to be involved with.
Lorne will continue to be who God made him to be. He'll continue to be generous with his resources. He will continue to lead with his great communication gifts. He will continue to serve and help hurting people. He will continue to give life wherever he is. Lorne Liechty is a leader's leader, has wisdom beyond his age, and has a love that just won't quit. Wherever Lorne Liechty is, communities, they'll go to new levels. People will realize their dreams, and life will just simply be better.